Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the third installment of our Marvel HeroClix Spider-Man and Venom Absolute Carnage unboxing series. So far, we've gone through 13 boosters, and we've pulled one, two, three. I think we got. Let's see, there was Null, there was Baby Groot, or Venom Groot, Red Goblin. Oh, and Spirit Spider, yeah. 4 super rares, 1 prime, and 1 chase in the form of Spider Hammer Eye. We've also pulled not too terribly many duplicates from what we've pulled so far. A lot of these are already duplicates because I've managed to get my hands on them previously, but not during the unboxing. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We got 7 boosters left. We got 7 boosters left in brick number 2. So let's continue on, shall we? Okay. So we probably won't have another chase. We won't have another chase in this brick. We might have a prime. We've definitely got more super rare. Got at least, I would say, 2 more super rares in here. At least in this brick. Possibly 3. Sheesh. I swear this glue is the worst sometimes. Alright. We got ourselves another Mysterio. Okay. And, looks like we got... that's actually kind of neat. Reasons. For my own personal reasons, I think that's kind of neat. Basically, I like the idea of being able to have multiples of the illusion generator. Oh. And yeah, it looks like we got 1 new figure in the form of Daniel Burkhart, which... get everyone else out of here and situated. We also got another Tombstone, another Black Widow, another Toxin. And as previously mentioned, another Mysterio. We'll get these guys out of their plastic prisons. Alright, so Daniel Burkhart, our new figure. So our Daniel Burkhart is, I think, the second character to be Mysterio. Comes in at 25 points. He has the Sinister Syndicate team ability as well as the Sinister Syndicate and Scientist keywords. 2 traits. We got a secret identity trait, Jack-o'-lantern and Mysterio. Okay, alright, so he ain't the so Massendale ain't the only jack-o'-lantern. Well, of course, I mean, there's been like I don't know a dozen or so different character Marvel villains call themselves jack-o'-lantern. And if I remember correctly, the jack-o'-lantern stuff was all just like knockoff Goblin gear. So yeah. Then cut through the illusions. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use stealth. Okay, alright. Looking at his dial, we've got 3 clicks of stealth, 3 clicks of smoke cloud, and 3 clicks of perplex. And he is also autonomous, so his actions don't count towards your action totals, or your costed actions for the turn. Alright. Let's see what this booster holds. Come on, let's get something good. Well, we got another super rare. It is, however, one we technically already have, but not one we pulled today, so we'll definitely be showing it off. And we did get a new figure, so you know that's cool. From former Peter Parker. And as you do get a secret identity with a you do get the identity character and the alter ego together. We got Spider-Man to go with Peter Parker. Got another Jason Massendale, but no Demogoblin or Hobgoblin. Got another Hobie Brown Prowler as well. Okay. I don't know we pulled Eddie Brock yet. Like, at all, really. Okay, so, kicking things off with Peter Parker. Pete here comes in at a whopping 35 points, has the Spider-Man ally team ability, making him a wild card. He's got the Avengers, Codex, Spider-Man family, Reporter and Scientist keywords, and Secret Identity Spider-Man as a trait. There is also a fun thing you can do with him if you get the super rare Spider-Man, and if we pull that, we'll talk about that. Anyway, looking at Peter's dial, we've got a couple clicks of Leap Climb and a couple clicks of Sidestep. He's got autonomous, just like all the other secret identities. We get some We've got some incapacity on the first couple clicks. Defensively speaking, we've got super senses followed by combat reflexes. We've got some probability control, which is followed up by some outwit. Okay, all right, not too bad. I don't know. 35 points does seem a bit pricey for him. But maybe I'm just, I don't know. That does seem a bit much. Next up, our super rare. Let me put her on her first click. Venom Captain Marvel. Let's take a quick look at her. I pulled this in the sealed event and have used her. And used her rather well, actually. Bit of a glass jaw, but not a bad figure overall. She comes in at 110 points, has the Avengers, Codex, Guardians of the Galaxy, Kree, Cosmic, and Monster keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores and destroys blocking terrain. We got 3 traits: symbiote trait, so plasticity shape change, call and help from the Venomverse. If she hits, you can. If no one else has been moved, or if no other characters have been placed this turn, you can roll a d6. On a 3, 4, 5, or a 6, you may place that another friendly character whose name includes Venom adjacent to her. Then we have Higher, Further, Hungrier, which transfers Steel Energy. Looking at her dial, you open up with a couple clicks of Hypersonic Speed, followed by a couple clicks of Charge, and we get some Sidestep. On attack, we start off with nothing, but for the rest of the dial, we have the special attack power Tongue Sash, which gives her Quake. Venom Captain Marvel deals penetrating damage. Okay. On defense, she's got Indomitable. We got Invincible, then Toughness. Damage-wise, we open up with Probability Control, which then gives way to Perplex. And like I said, she's not a bad figure. And I dig the sculpt. I'm indifferent to the mohawk on her, but hey, that's me. I know there are those who aren't too fond of it, and I'm guessing it also does have its fans. Anyways, moving on to our next booster. Oh, Jesus H. Sometimes they get this glue on there really good. Alright. Oh, we got something new, and we got, okay, cool, we got ourselves another Carnage Minion. So, okay, first off, there's Iron MJ. Our Carnage Minion. Hey, 2 of these bad boys. Another Daniel Burkhart. Fitting because with who else we got in the booster. Another common Bombshell. Interesting, we haven't pulled any extras of the uncommon, but I'm now sitting on 3 extra commons of her. And finally, as I mentioned, it was kind of fitting that we had Daniel Burkhart as one of our one of the figures in the set. We've also got Jack-o'-lantern. Like I said, Jack-o'-lantern is one of the numerous Goblin knockoff villains. An easy idea for creating a Spider-Man villain after, especially in the 80s and 90s. Probably also part in the 70s too, I would think, was someone stumbles upon one of Norman Osborn's hidden caches of Goblin gear and decides, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make some modifications to this, and I'm gonna call myself enter weird creepy sounding name here. Jack-o'-lantern obviously is one of those guys. Take a look at him. He's on his little not goblin glider. if I remember correctly, his glider is kind of a bouncing thing. But anyway, Jack-O-Lantern comes in at 60 points. He's got the Sinister Syndicate team ability as well as the Sinister Syndicate Skeleton Crew and Thunderbolts keywords. Real names are Daniel Burkhart and Jason Massendale, so he can, and both of them have him listed in their secret identity traits. So he also, much like Hobgoblin and Demogoblin, he has the Pumpkin Bombs trait, so he can start off with the Pumpkin Bombs. Next up, we have another trait, Hallucinogenic Pumpkin Bombs. Smoke Cloud is free, but only to generate 3 markers. When an opposing character occupying one of Jack-O-Lantern's smoke markers makes an attack, characters that they would target can use Shape Change. Okay, alright. I'm looking at his dial. First off, we'll look at the standard dial. We get a couple clicks of Running Shot, followed by some Sidestep, followed by some Force Blast. On attack, we get nothing until the end, where we get some late dial Pulse Wave. Defensively speaking, we got open up with some toughness and finish up with a couple clicks of willpower. And on damage, we get some mid-dial range combat expert. Not great, not terrible though. Looking at his secret identity dial, we get a click of Running Shot, a couple clicks of Sidestep. We do get a couple of we click into a couple clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast though. Then we get some toughness for a couple clicks, then a click at the end of willpower. And nothing on damage there. Okay. But of note is that I think during Civil War, it mentions that Jack-O-Lantern has the Thunderbolts key. I mentioned Jack-O-Lantern has the Thunderbolts keyword. He was part of the Thunderbolts. He was one of the various criminals that was recruited into the Thunderbolts during Civil War, and he went after Spider-Man when Spider-Man told Tony Stark to stuff it. And him and I don't remember the other villain chased Spider-Man into a sewer. Spidey got all messed up, I think, because of the hallucinogenic pumpkin bomb. And then Spidey got saved by none other than the Punisher, who shot both villains. Dead. Very, very, very dead. Later on during Civil War, Jack-O-Lantern would come back and would pop up in the Ghost Rider Casualties of War quasi-Civil War tie-in. As now a demonic, basically a returned spirit. Alright, moving on to our next booster. So I think we've still got some good stuff in the... Well, we clearly have at least one more super rare in the brick. And possibly still a prime. So, you know. Let's see. We'll have to see. Alright. Oh, we got a super rare. We got quite super rare. Oh, we got another rare and super rare together. Okay, alright. Got an Iron Patriot. And we got Spider-Man 2099. Now, while I don't much care for that look on Spidey 2099, this is... There have been... I think this is the third version of the character made in HeroClix ever. This is the first one I've actually managed to get my hands on. The first one was a unique way back in the Rev era from the Fantastic Forces set, which basically means it was a super rare. The next one was a super rare in the Amazing Spider-Man set, and I actually didn't buy into the Amazing Spider-Man set, like, at all. I think really at all. I wasn't enthused, and I was kind of sort of out of the game at the moment. It's like, looking back, I'm kind of just like, okay, there's a lot of stuff I would backtrack. There's stuff I backtracked for, and stuff I still plan to backtrack for in the set, but including that Spider-Man, or the Spider-Man 2099. But yeah, I don't regret having passed on the set. Same with the Teen Titans set. It's not, I mean, I love the Teen Titans too, but the set just really didn't do anything for me. Alright, so Iron Patriot and Spidey 2099. And we'll another Harry Osborn, and we also have American Son. Alright. Start things off with Iron Patriot. So, for those who might be unaware, the original version of the Iron Patriot was actually Norman Osborn. Norman basically saved the, kind of sort of saved the world at the end of the event, Secret Invasion. And since Tony Stark, who had been director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the time, had fumbled the ball so horribly, Osborn was put in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that was just a brilliant idea. And Osborn was also put in charge of the 50 State Initiative by virtue of being in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. Which, of course, meant one of the first things he tried to do was find out all the secret identities of all the heroes. However, Iron Man wiped the database, so yeah. Or at least all the registered heroes. Since Iron Man had used government money to rebuild Stark Tower after World War Hulk, Stark Tower, or Avengers Tower, was government property. So Iron Man had to leave. And he had to leave his vault of armors in there. So with the help of Ghost, Norman Osborn broke in, and he basically used some of his own tech to fuse together some Iron Man armors and made the Iron Patriot armor, and then also made his own team of Avengers: Wolverine, Daken, Miss Marvel, Moonstone, Hawkeye, Bullseye, Novar as Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Matt Gargan as the Scorpion, as Venom, Ares, the God of War, and the Sentry. And yeah, it was a shit show. It was a great title. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it really kind of spun out of Warren Ellis's run on Thunderbolts, and actually did a really good job of spinning out of that. But anyway. So yeah, Iron Patriot. Take another look at the figure. It's always nice to see the Dark Avengers make a comeback in Clicks, because they were around for so short of a period that we got half of them in Web of Spider-Man, and there were still a few. There are still quite a few that we. And I really wish that WizKids would just do a Dark Reign set, or a set based on Dark Reign, and give us all the Dark Avengers. Not to mention the Young Avengers, Osborn's Cabal, the Dark X-Men, so on and so forth. But yeah, Dark Reign as a story is, I think, over a decade old at this point, so I'm not really holding my breath for a Dark Reign set. Anyway, Iron Patriot comes in at 125 points, has the team player wildcard ability, as well as the Cabal, Dark Avengers, Hammer, Initiative, Armor, and Scientist keywords, and improved targeting North Henry terrain. Looking at his primary dial, We open up with a click of hypersonic speed, which then gives way to a few clicks of running shot, followed by a few clicks of sidestep. On attack, we have nothing until fairly late in the dial, where we get a couple clicks of penetrating psychic blast. On defense, he's got Indomitable. Opens up with a couple clicks of impervious, followed by a couple clicks of invincible, followed by invulnerability, followed by toughness. On damage, we open up the special power. I lead these Avengers better than you do. Leadership, Perplex. Unique modifier. When Iron Patriot uses Perplex, he may instead choose a single combat value other than damage to modify +1 on all friendly characters that share a keyword with him within 6 squares and line of fire. Okay, alright. That's not too bad at all. We then get some late dial close combat expert syncing up with his last couple clicks of sidestep. And as he is a secret identity for Norman Osborn, we've got a secret identity dial, which gives us a click of running shot, a couple clicks of sidestep, a couple clicks that he clicks into of penetrating psychic blast, invulnerability followed by toughness, and then a single click of that special damage power. So, not too shabby. And now let's take a look at Spidey 2099, Spider-Man of the Future. Like I said, I like the classic Spidey 2099 costume, but I'm honestly glad to have a Spidey 2099. Just like in general. So, Spidey 2099 comes in at either 100 points or 50 points, has the Spider-Man Ally Team ability, making him a wild card. He also has the Exile, Spider-Man Family, Future, and Scientist keywords. And he has the Dimensional Wash trait, just like Black Widow and Miles Morales. Looking at his dial, we open up with a few clicks of the special power, only on his, if he comes in at 100 points. I've never done anything like this before in my life. Allows him to cause knockback, and when he is given a move action and moves 5 squares or less after resolutions, he can use Flurry at no cost. He then clicks into charge after that. On defense, or on attack, we open up with some Blaze Claw's Fangs, followed by some Poison. On defense, he's got Indomitable, so built-in willpower, which is always nice. We get some Super Senses, followed by Combat Reflexes. Then on damage, we open up with Wit, which gives way to Perplex. Very not bad. I mean, hell, you know what? Very nice. Quite nice. Like I said, my only complaint is the costume. My only problem with the figure at all is the costume. And I love seeing characters with the Exiles keyword. That's one that I would love to see WizKids really sit down and focus on for a set. But that would probably be one of the most focused and yet non-focused sets ever made. Yeah, there'd be a ton of X-Men stuff, but there'd be a ton of other stuff too, because there's all the other characters who've been members of the Exiles. Anyways, moving on to our next booster. Still potentially got a Prime in here. Maybe another super rare, but I'm not holding my breath. We definitely don't have a Chase, though, because we already pulled that sucker from this brick. Alright, let's see. Oh, we did get something new for the video. Okay, alright. Or for the unboxing series. And it's got equipment. Alright. Yeah, we got Ghost Spider. So we got Ghost Spider. Then we got ourselves another Peter Parker. Another Gwen Stacy, since we got Ghost Spider. We got ourselves another of the uncommon Deathlock. So basically, the one that has generic key. Actually, we got both Deathlocks in the same in one booster. I will admit that is kind of cool. That is actually kind of neat. So you know. And, that's right, we did get some equipment to go with Ghost Spider. What is that equipment? Well, we'll see here, won't we? Yes, I'm trying to make you guys wait. Because I'm evil. Yaha! Do you believe I'm evil? I got a bridge in New York for sale, too. Hell, I don't even believe I'm evil. Bit of a jerk sometimes, sure. But not, you know, evil. Alright, so... our figure we pulled is none other than Ghost Spider. AKA Spider Gwen, from, if your only exposure to the character is only having seen her in Into the Spider-Verse, but she comes in at 85 points and has the Spider-Man ally team ability, making her a wild card. She also has the Spider-Man family and celebrity keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated Henry train, and improved targeting, ignores characters. And she has a trait, Dimensional Travel Watch, which allows her to begin the game with the Dimensional Travel Watch equipped. And she comes with the Dimensional Travel Watch. So, the Dimensional Travel Watch is a 5-point piece of equipment. When unequipped, it drops. You drop it. Same with All Black Necro Sword and the Illusion Generator. The effect is Phasing Teleport. When this character hits an opposing character, if no character has been placed this turn after resolution, basically it's calling help from the Spider-Verse. It gives the characters calling help, the character equipped with it, the calling help from the Spider-Verse trait, which is actually kind of cool. Looking at Gwen's primary dial, we open up with a special speed power. You don't get to like my haircut. When she's given a move action and moves 5 squares or less after resolution, she may make an attack. Okay. Then we get to hypersonic speed. Then we get some telekinesis on attack, followed by precision strike. Defensively speaking, we got Indomitable, and she has a full run of super senses. On damage, she opens with some probability control, which then gives way to perplex. As for her secret identity dial, we open up with a single click of the special speed power. Then we get a click of hypersonic. On attack, we open up with 1 click of telekinesis, followed by 2 clicks of precision strike, 3 whole clicks of super senses, 1 click of prob, 1 click of perplex, with a blank click in between the two. Alright. And yeah, I did trade for one of her already, but I'm not complaining about having more than one. It's definitely not complaining there. Alright, moving on to the next booster. And it's full of dupes. We got ourselves another uncommon Deathlock, by himself this time. No Deathlock and Deathlock together. Yet another Aaron Davis. Man, it's going to be really... I'm not really wanting out for him, that's for sure. Another Venom, so that's actually kind of neat. Another Iron Spider. Sadly, though, we did not get. We have yet to get the Superior Spider-Man, which includes the Waldo arms, though. So, and another Iron Fist. Also, a quick point to make: Iron Fist, having the martial artist keyword, can gain the Spider-Man family keyword courtesy of Spider Hammer. Just something to keep in mind. Alright. We're almost done with this video. Just got one more booster to go. Okay. First, I'm going to put these extra cards up because, well, yeah. It is kind of cool to have definitively have a Luther Manning Deathlock in Clicks, though. I will say that much. There have been a lot of Deathlocks over the years, and to be perfectly honest, I would really not be opposed to seeing a Deathlock generic, because there have been some, like, alternate timelines that had armies of Deathlocks. But yeah, I'd really love to see a new version of the Uncanny X-Force Deathlock, but that's another thing I'm not holding my breath for. In fact, if I remember correctly, that Deathlock was from an alternate Earth that had where like all the superheroes got Deathlocked. All right, so final booster for this video. Let's see what we got, and we got ourselves another Venom Prime. We got our Prime, and we also got something. Oh, we got two new figures for the unboxing. Oh my god! Oh wait, no, never mind. And I am honestly kind of stoked to have pulled an extra Prime Venom. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are other Primes I want as well, but and it's not entirely looking too keen on or feasible that I might be getting them, but that Prime Venom's pretty friggin' good. We also got another Riot. And we got ourselves another Agent Venom. And to be perfectly honest, Agent Venom is probably pretty high up on my list of figures I actually want many multiples of, just because of all the friggin' keywords he's got. I get the feeling I will likely still be wanting, though. But we got Carrion and Eddie Brock. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll start off with Eddie Brock. Same sculpt as Flash Thompson. Very classic, very much classic 90s Eddie, mullet, complete with his mullet. A mullet which Ryan Stegman claims he keeps trying to bring back. But Eddie comes in at 35 points. He's got the Codex Monster Reporter keywords, 2 traits, Symbiote, much like Flash, Venom, Agent Anti-Venom, so on and so forth. And Secret Identity, Toxin, and Venom. Looking at his dial, we get a couple clicks of Sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of... and on attack, we get a couple clicks of Precision Strike. Defense, we get a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by a couple clicks of Combat Reflexes. And then we get some ranged combat expert on damage. Okay, alright. It's an interesting concept. The justification for it being assembled an arsenal of weapons. Okay, alright. Not something I would have expected from Eddie. Next up, we've got Carrion. Carrion was a part of Carnage's family, quote-unquote, in Maximum Carnage. He comes in at 50 points. He has the Maximum Carnage Monster and Scientist keywords. He also has 2 traits. Maximum Carnage. Once per turn, when Carrion hits, after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to 2 opposing characters that weren't hit, but are adjacent to a hit character. Then, drain you until you're dry. When an adjacent opposing character begins a move after resolutions, you may place Carrion adjacent to that character. Okay. He also has improved moving or hindering terrain. In his dial, we open up with a few clicks of Sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of Plasticity. On attack, we open up a special Speed Power Rotting Touch. Poison. When Carrion uses it and damages the opposing character after resolutions, he deals 1 penetrating damage to each adjacent opposing character. Okay. Then we get regular poison. We get some invulnerability, followed by some toughness, and we get a full run of exploit weakness. Okay, alright. Not too... pretty neat. Definitely someone that's going to be contributing to Maximum Carnage teams. And that's it for the third part of our unboxing series. We just got this one brick to go, and that'll be it. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.